What's up guys, Matt from VapeFuse here, back again to help keep you up to date with the latest in vaping news and content. Now my concentrate vape range has been growing at a rapid rate ever since I first caught my eRig, the Cloud V Electro Mini, back at the end of 2017. Now I love eRigs because they basically mimic the performance of a traditional dab rig without having to worry about using a torch or butane or anything like that. So it's basically just a battery with a nail and an aqua bubbler that works perfectly to help you take low temperature or high temp dabs. Now, the Cloud V Electro Mini is awesome, but one of the only misgivings I could say about it is that it doesn't let you to put much water in the water path, in the vapor path. So the water bubbler it has on the back that's supposed to cool down the concentrate vapor only fits roughly 30 mils of water, which is much less than a traditional water pipe will be able to fit. So this water pipe here, you'd easily get 60 to 90 mils of water in between that vapor or smoke, which helps to cool down the vapor and enhance your experience a little bit. Now, the vape I've got here, the X Vape Vista, comes from the same line as the prestigious top green technology X Max range, which includes the X Max Stark, which has a dual quartz atomizer for all your dabbing needs, and the X Max V1 Plus, which comes with a donut atomizer, which I find works a little bit more effectively in evenly vaping your concentrates. But the device I've got here, the X Vape Vista, combines the technology of a traditional eRig with the technology of an eNail, which is a device that you put into the end of your water pipe to heat up the nail and dab your concentrates. So, this is my first time breaking down the Vista today, so we're going through this together as I open up the box. Okay, so it's a pretty decent setup. It's got the traditional foam inlay like you'd find with a high-end water pipe. It's got the user manual, which appears to be pretty user-friendly. Just comes with pretty much what's in the kit, the temperatures you can vape at, all that kind of stuff. So it goes from 20, what are we looking at? 575 degrees Fahrenheit or 300 degrees Celsius in the lowest temperature. So that's giving you your low temp, sort of high terp dabs. And then you can end up cranking it up to 842 Fahrenheit or 450 Celsius if you're looking for vaping something that's a bit less viscous. So looking at the kit, the device itself stands out. It's quite thick compared to the Electro Mini and other sort of eRigs that I've come across. And the carb cap looks pretty heavy duty. So already I can see at the bottom, it's equipped for vaping through an 14mm and 18mm water pipe. So on the right here, I've got a 14mm with an 18mm adapter in it, just for a little bit of fortification. So all we have to do is remove your carb cap. Inside it's got the quartz, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it's got an embedded quartz element for dabbing. So once you've got it filled with water, pretty much just fit your eNail to the rig, turn it on, and you're free to dab through a water pipe. Now, if you're not wanting to use it with a water pipe, maybe you're on the go or going over to a friend's place and you don't want to take your water pipe with, it slots directly into the base before screwing into the water attachment at the top. So I think you've got to take this part, okay, so this part is a direct splash guard for when you're dealing with the water pipe. So you're not getting any of your concentrates all over the place and making a mess. And the water part fits directly into the top. So even compared to the Electro Mini, that's giving you a lot more depth. You're going to be able to cool that vapor down a lot more. There you go. So it's a pretty ingenious design as well. They designed it to be almost the same as the traditional water pipe. And it's pretty aesthetically pleasing as well. So airflow is not really an issue with this either. With the water to that, it's going to help cool down the vapor, and the all quartz vapor path is really something to be admired. And what else have we got in the kit? So it comes with an extra nail, so you don't really have to worry about keeping it too clean. You can sort of switch up between your nails and delay cleaning. And if you want to save your reclaim, it's a pretty narrow quartz nail, so I'm sure you can just soak that in some isopropyl alcohol and collect it. What else have we got in the kit? So there's some extra O-rings. It says this one here is for the carb cap, with a thicker one here being probably for the, yeah, so for the chamber around the battery. It also comes fitted with a plug. So this one's fitted for the Australian market. I'm sure if you're ordering from the US, it'll come fitted with the traditional plug for there. What else have we got? It's got a retractable USB charging cable. Oh, it's pretty long. So that's decent. So you can sort of switch it up for however long you want it to be sitting, whether it's on the floor or on the table. And then just a traditional dabbing and packing tool for all of your concentrate needs. One thing I will say with this, the carb cap itself doesn't actually link up to the dabbing tool. So when you're dabbing, you've got to make sure that you're using both hands and you're doing it in a stable environment so you're not knocking the vape over. But it's a pretty simple little device to use. You just glob up a bit of concentrate onto the end of your tool, wipe it across your nail, and then carve it when you're ready to take your hit. So that's it, guys. This is the first look at the X Vape Vista. It's a pretty cool concentrate vape, and I'll be breaking it down in detail for you guys in the coming weeks, and we'll be taking some hits through this water pipe. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to stay up to date with the latest in vaping news and content.